Yeah, I'm back at the this hellhole where I'm probably gonna die at alone, and I didn't get no medical treatment today. I just want to show you something, you people, something. This is my blood pressure medication. I've been taking extra doses of this every day, and because my kidneys are failing, my blood pressure's still high. And you can see by the videos I took at UPMC Mercy that my blood pressure's still high, and I've been taking my blood pressure medication every day. Even some days extra doses. Now, while I was in the emergency room today, the FBI ignored me when I called to hit the call bell. Ignored me when I told them I'm having chest pain on the side of my chest and the middle of my chest. Hard time breathing. The FBI knows my kidneys are failing. I told them I took extra doses of my blood pressure medication today. Even though I'm peeing a lot, my body's still holding on to a lot of salt. So a lot of it is staying in my body. My legs are more swollen than usual. My face is a little swollen. My hands. And the FBI is not treating me. Also, the back of my head and my neck is hurting real bad. And either I have a mini stroke that has happened to me that's causing my eyes to twitch like this, or there's something going on with my head and neck injury. That with injury with my neck, because my head is hurting also. It's either one or the other. I keep telling the FBI this, and because I'm a nigger, and the FBI wants me in a casket so they can say I had coronavirus, the FBI is no longer doing labs on me. They're not doing x-rays on my head and neck. They see my eyes twitching and moving uncontrollably. My eyes are now cross-eyed. I told them the whole time I was there, my neck was hurting, my head was hurting, my chest was hurting. They never asked me how intense my pain was, ignored me when I hit the call button, and discharged me with my blood pressure sky high after I've been taking extra doses of this blood pressure medication. The FBI knows my kidneys are failing. They know I either had a mini stroke or because of my neck injury, from me sleeping on the bed wrong and falling off the bed, and me not saying anything about it until a week and a half ago. I've hurt my neck and my head even worse. The FBI is not doing nothing about it. My eyes are supposed to twitch and move uncontrollably, and I'm supposed to be cross-eyed now at the age of 42. And the FBI can get away with murdering me by just having their killers, their sociopathic racist killers at the hospital, use the same words and phrases I use. I want to state this clearly. I don't know anybody who works at Mercy Hospital. I don't have any friends or associates there. If I did, I think it'd be obvious I'd be getting treated. I'd be treated like a human being instead of a fucking nigger every time I go there. Also, the FBI had their security kick me out the hospital, so I couldn't call my ride in the lobby, so they could have people in black, gray, white cars pull up beside me, get out with duffel bags, book bags, walk past me. All these people were complete and total strangers. Then when I get back to this hellhole I'm probably going to die at, this roach-infested, bed-bug-infested room, the FBI had all their undercover federal agents and informants in the hallway for me. There's a guy who lives across the hall of me, who I call Joe, because he keeps calling me big dog and sir and all the other shit the FBI told him to call me, after I told him I don't like that shit, so I called him Joe. He runs to the steps and act like he makes a drug deal. Now I know the FBI has that whole hallway mic'd and wired, but the FBI cherry picks his evidence. As soon as he did this, I said I don't have anything to do with this man's drug deal. Then he stood there talking to me with his hands clenched, like my daughter's on her YouTube video. It is this easy to murder, torture, and frame a nigger in the city of Pittsburgh. The FBI's done giving me IV fluids. They don't want to do labs on me. You would think they would do a troponin test on me. They don't even do that. All I got was an EKG. They didn't tell me anything was wrong with it. See, the FBI knows what they're doing. With my kidney function being so low, they need to be hydrated. And my body's holding on to a lot of salt. They know if they hydrate me, my kidneys can push some of that salt out that my body's excuse me, this is what happens when you're dehydrated and you're a little bit out of it. My body is holding on to salt, and with those IV fluids, my kidneys will be able to flush those salts out and metabolic waste out a lot easier. This is why I'm breaking out in pimples everywhere, because of my kidneys. I am on the verge of a seizure, a stroke, or a heart attack. And if I have a seizure before that happens, the FBI still ain't gonna admit me to the hospital. You see how my eyes are twitching and moving? I think I might have had a mini stroke. Or because I'm also having my hands and my fingertips are going numb, and my arms shooting down, going numb, both arms. So I don't know if this is a head and neck injury, which the back of my head and neck is hurting, and my shoulders, or I had a mini stroke. Either way, I'm still not getting any medical treatment. And the FBI was happy to say my blood pressure was high when they discharged me, so they could say I had a heart attack. And I told them the entire time how I was feeling. About the pain in the side of my chest and my middle of my chest. About the severe lightheaded dizzying. My vision is so bad I can no longer see on one side of my face. And when the FBI doctor did his stroke test, everything else I did okay, but he wanted me to follow his finger. I couldn't do it. You would think my eyes being cross-eyed and twitching uncontrollably, that has just started, that would get me admitted to the hospital. Nope. Not for the FBI's nigger toy and patsy. I want you people to know I was murdered, tortured, and framed by the FBI. And this guy, Joe, when I was going to the hospital a few weeks back, he called me a fat weirdo. But because I'm a nigger and my life has no value, he's still an integral part in the FBI's murder and frame operation. I am not friends with this dude. Matter of fact, his name is Federal Agent Jason. That's his real name, but I call him Joe because he calls me everything the FBI told him to call me. Big dog, sir, big man. I told him only federal agents call me that. My name was DeWan. So I call him Joe just because he calls me out of my name. But his name is Jason. He called me a fat weirdo. But just like the FBI had their undercover federal agent when I was staying on the Hill District, Jesse White from Mount Lebanon, spit in my face and called me a dirty nigger. And I knew if I put my hands on that guy, I was going to jail no matter what he did to me, and no matter that FBI had the whole house mic'd and wired. This is how little value is placed on black life. Where these white undercover federal agents can disrespect you, call you dirty niggers, and you still can be framed by these people. Just like how this is the same tactics the FBI does at the hospital. I'm treated like fucking dog shit there. I don't know a soul who works at these hospitals. I think that's painfully clear. I would at least get IV fluids. Especially I have health insurance. I am not going to live too much longer. But I'm going to fight every step of the way because I promised my daughter this James and Clear Bulls, Daddy going to fight and Daddy going to fight to the end. I got a severe head and neck injury, or I had a mini stroke that's causing my eyes to move and shake like this. I know I got a blood clot in my leg. It's still tight. It's still stiff. This pain in my left leg is not going away. It might have went to my brain. I'm still not getting treated. The FBI's not even doing CT scans on me no more. This is how you murder, torture, and frame a nigger in the city of Pittsburgh. And I want you senators And federal judges, the FBI's framing this evidence is for, watch my videos and look how I'm suffering every day. But it doesn't matter. I still can be framed like Pablo Escobar, living in squalor and filth. Because black lives don't matter. Now do you see why I call myself a nigger?